All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Gregory and Robin here up in Bozeman, Montana for our Thursday morning business training. And happy to see everyone. Happy to see your smiling faces. And we do these calls every Thursday morning for those that are new, just so you know, it's kind of like it's not night school, it's morning school. Okay. We do morning school every week at Thursday, but we record it because some people listen to it at night after work or on the weekend, whenever. And we try and vary it around. And this one's almost more lessons in leadership than business training, but this is a business training call. But our goal is to help you all become effective leaders of your groups, and whether it's a group of 1 or 100, the goal of this business is to develop teams, and the design of our comp plan is to be rewarded for personal, team, and organizational. And those of you who are familiar with the 3 phases of our compensation plan will recognize that. Initially we get paid for enrolling new people, and then we get paid for helping our people enroll people, and then we get paid for people that are enrolling people. Once your team kind of grows from a team towards an organization, and an organization is made up of many teams, that's where our matching bonus come in. That's kind of phase 3 in our leadership compensation plan. But today we wanted to talk about, let's see, a bunch of people in the waiting room. Robin, you can unmute if you're there. Did you want to say anything this morning? I think she stepped away from the computer for a minute. And she's
I'm
probably.
here. I'm
Oh,
here.
good. So you're going to be, did you want to say anything this morning before I get started?
Well, I think a lot of you guys know that when I was new in this business, someone said find a mentor, and then I found him, and then I married him 4 years later. And these lessons have changed my life of how I spend my time and who I spend my time with. And Gregory is very humble behind the scenes, but great wisdom here. And I'm just here to learn, honey.
Okay, well, I'm here to teach.
All right.
So good. So today, wanted to share with you a concept that kind of crystallized in my mind after, the old adage, failing enough to win. Been in the business a few years, had some success here, some failures there. It's just the nature of life, right? It's like whether you're bowling or playing baseball or pickleball or anything, it takes a while to get in the groove. Took me a while to get in the groove of a new profession, network marketing. And I've been studying the profession and a student of the profession now for 35 years. So, and one of the concepts that I came up with is something called matched commitment. Because in the beginning of my networking career, I was spending way too much time with the wrong people. And you've probably heard us say before, time is your most valuable asset. It's more valuable than money because you can always get more money, but you can't get more time. When time passes, it's gone. So where you invest your current time is going to determine the size of your future check. So we like to say, invest ye wisely. And where do you invest your time? In people. This is the people business. So if you come to this business with people skills, you'll probably grow faster than people that don't have people skills. I mean, we have doctors and engineers and, people that don't have the most highly refined people skills, even though they've had successful careers. They find network marketing more challenging than they thought it would be because, this is a relationship business. In fact, Robin and I would prefer calling it relationship marketing than network marketing. And if you look at relationships, there's another concept called the law of relationships. And some relationships are good for a few minutes, but not a few hours. Some relationships are good for a few hours, not a few days. Some are good for a few days, not a few months. Some of them, by God's grace, are good for a lifetime. And you're looking for those long-term, mutually rewarding relationships. And that's another key concept. You should write that down. Your goal should be to develop long-term, mutually rewarding relationships. And who do you want to have a relationship with is people where there's a matched commitment. And for example, Robin and I have beautiful matched commitment to each other. So we've, but probably some or all of us have been in relationships where the commitment wasn't so great matched, and maybe you're not in that relationship anymore. Okay. Or maybe you need to work on upping the balance in that. So in this business, you're looking for match commitments and from that building teams. Okay. So when it comes to building teams, I like to say, our products are for everybody that's willing. Okay. We're not in the convincing business. We're in the educational business, and we educate people, give them enough information to make an informed decision. But, so our products can be for everybody. Our business is not. Some people just should not be in network marketing. Okay. But some people, it's the perfect fit. And I'll use you for an example, Robin. When Robin found network marketing 25 years ago, it's like, oh my God, where has this profession been all of my life? Because she's a master at relationship building. And prior to network marketing, she was doing leadership training, and she'd be training a different group every week or every month. And she'd probably never see him again. And half the people in the audience with their arms crossed, their legs crossed, they're there because they were told to go, as opposed they're there because they want to be there. And that's the beauty of this business. Robin, do you want to comment briefly about that?
I'd love to. It was so wonderful when I found this profession because, you've heard me share about Jim Rohn, work twice as hard on yourself as you do on your business because you are your business. So when we have trainings like this, people show up because they want to show up and they want to grow because knowing your growth will affect your business. And so I am just thrilled to have this safe environment where everybody's welcome, no matter where you're at, to grow into what's next for you. And relationships, like Gregory said, when I was teaching leadership, we talk about the hard skills and the soft skills of great leaders. And it's really the soft skills, the relationship ones. And they will show up in this business. They're the best part and they're the hardest part. And if you do the work, and I do want to say when Gregory, he used to say, Robin, you're spending too much time with that person. And he was right. It's like I wanted it more for them than they did for themselves. And that's why that term match commitment is so powerful. And so, I just keep thinking of Connie when she has her whiteboard of who she's working with. And one day some guy fell off her whiteboard because he didn't deserve her time anymore. So it's really paying attention to where we're putting our attention and our time can make a huge difference in the growth of your business. Back to you, my dear.
Yeah. So if we're looking for leaders, and again, the products are for everybody, the business is not. And some people that join the business probably shouldn't, or they're never going to do much. And they're just a wholesale customer, and that's fine too. I mean, somebody come in with a silver pack, God bless them, get on auto ship and use the products for the rest of their life, and never talk to one person. Okay. Because, some people, as the old saying goes, can't say a prayer in church. Okay. So, they have their own barriers to work through. And so, but you're looking for leaders. And the thing we wanted to zero in on this morning is, how do you tell one from the other? And one of my partners and trainers that I mentors, he says, well, it's really easy. The good ones wear a green hat and the red ones wear a bad hat. I said, well, that's easy. He says, but the problem is they all take their hats off when they come in the room. So you don't know. So we've got a few tools that we wanted to share with you and encourage you to consider doing this, because I think they'll be helpful to develop those long-term to help you sift and sort. We're not in a convincing business. We're in a sifting and sorting business. And regarding a match commitment, when somebody joins your business, you kind of got to figure out, how much time is this person worthy of? How much of your precious time should you be devoting to that new person who might be personally sponsored? They may be down somewhere in your downline somewhere, but they're reaching up to you as their leader. So, one of the things we always used to teach, and we need to do more of it in here, is the ABCs. And it's called attitude, belief, and commitment. And those are the keys to success. It's not finances. It's not college degrees. It's not a lot of other things. I'd rather have someone who's never really gone far in life, but maybe they've been a farmer, maybe they've been a housewife, a mother, maybe they've been, who knows what, a garbage truck driver, but they catch the fire and the vision of this business. They have an amazing result with the product, maybe or maybe not. They watch a video, get so excited, maybe or maybe not. But you get somebody who goes, oh my God, where has this been all my life? And we've all seen people joining the Live Younger community that it's just like, the angels put me here, right? God did it. And how many of us think that LifeWave is a God thing, and many of us been guided to be here. We certainly feel that way, and I know many of you do too. But whether you're aware of it or not, I think it is. But when you're looking for leaders, you're really they're again, they're hard to tell apart. So you want to judge someone by their attitude. Is it worth catching? And you can judge someone's future altitude by their current attitude. Do they have a good attitude? Is somebody you want to work with? Okay. And belief. Do they believe in the products, in the business, in our company, in our industry, in our compensation structure? What's their level of belief and and their commitment? How committed? Are they casual? And that's okay, because many people start casual. We started as casual. Robin was very casually, she wasn't even interested in the business because we were in two other businesses, but she was interested in the product. Product started working. Her belief went up. She already had a good attitude. Her attitude was already in a good place, but her belief in the product and the company went up. She already had a good attitude and belief in the industry. But as she started getting results, she couldn't stop talking about it. And all of a sudden, she found herself organically and naturally becoming very committed to LifeWave. And that's why you've heard my story. After 2 or 3 months of Robin being involved with LifeWave, I renamed it WifeWave because she was so excited she couldn't stop talking about X39 and LifeWave. And we share, office space. I'm in a different off downstairs. We have a beautiful walkout basement. And so I'm over here, she's over there, and all I could hear is her talking with enthusiasm and excitement, and it was contagious. So, and somebody's attitude and belief and commitment may not be all in place in day one. It's probably not. Robin's wasn't, mine wasn't, but I caught it from her, and we both became totally committed. Little by little, we divested ourselves from all the other business distractions. We're laser focused with LifeWave. So attitude, belief, and commitment is something, it's kind of a checkup from the neck up, as we like to say. Is your attitude worth catching? Is your belief strong enough to withstand the test of time? And are you committed to spending, making a serious effort? And to me, a serious effort is at least 5 hours a week. It doesn't have to be 5 hours a day, but 5 hours a week. Is somebody willing to commit? How committed are they? And what are they willing to do with those 5 hours? And that's where our daily method of operation comes in. We're in the sharing and caring business, and the only way you're going to grow your business is start sharing the information about LifeWave and X39 with other people. So, so I wanted to point out a couple of things that are on the Live Younger website. I'm going to go ahead and
Honey, before you jump into that, I want
go
to,
ahead. Okay.
you talk about looking for leaders, and some people may misperceive what that means. But when Gregory's saying looking for leaders, he's defining leaders with the ABCs. It's not that people have been in a leadership position before, but people that are willing to, because a lot of people in this business end up as accidental leaders. You end up sharing, and all of a sudden you have an organization. Now what do you do? So we want to really support you with the skills and resources to really grow your teams. And, I like to talk about building leaders. And so we're, if it's just a difference in definition, but the ABCs really define what we're talking about here. It doesn't matter what your background is. That's what I love about this business. You can come from anywhere. We've got the sugar man on the call, don't we, Jim? Who said, I could do this. He'd never done anything like this before. He was in another networking business, and he needed his upline to talk to his prospects because he couldn't understand, he didn't have the background that was needed to give them nutritional counseling. And here he says, I could do this. And look at him. He's blossomed into a great leader with an amazing organization. So back to you, hon. I just want to go through
Well, I'm
that.
glad you pointed that out, Robin, because probably looking for leaders is a misnomer. It's really good when you find one, but you're looking for people you enjoy working with, that have a good attitude, good belief and commitment that, and that's why Robin, she coaches people, put together the qualities and characteristics of the people you're looking for. And there's a better chance you're going to find them if you have that defined. It's like you're shopping for a new car. What are you looking for? Are you looking for gas? You're looking for EV? You're looking for electric? You're looking for a SUV? You're looking, what you're looking for a truck? You're going to have a better chance finding what you're looking for if you know what you're looking for. So Robin coaches people very wisely to make a list, and really good people evolve into leaders. And we have ongoing training and leadership development that it's our goal and the goal of the other senior and presidential directors and executive directors. The goal of leadership is to teach leadership. So you're right, Robin. I probably should have said looking for joyful, fun people to work with. Okay?
I think the ABC says it really well.
Yeah, the ABCs helps qualify it. So I'm going to
Yeah.
go ahead and share my screen real quick. And there's the share button. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to our, oops, I hit the wrong button. Share. Okay, Live Younger Success. You're all familiar with this, whether it's a primary training site or a secondary training site you're using. I just want to point out when, if you click on Getting Started 1, 2, 3, I want to point out that as you, and I think it's going to flip through here. Step 1, learn to use, InTouch. Now we're kind of evolving it also. Learn to use InTouch. And then we have our simple daily method of operation, pique people's interest, share, follow up, and enroll. But step 3 is get connected. And I wanted to point out the first thing in step 3 is a personal planning session. And when you're enrolling a new person, it's important you give them the basics they need to get started. Point them to some tools, a Sunday night call, this website or one of your other leadership, getting started websites. But there's no replacement for a personal planning session. And a personal planning session is when you get to know somebody. And that's when you kind of get the pulse on their attitude, on their belief, on their commitment. You can ask them some questions to get to know them. And it's important. The planning session is a two-way street. You do it because you need to get to know them, to know where they fit in your organization and where they fit into the application of your time. And they need to get some coaching on getting started right. So I'm going to take you over to the library. And if we go into the resources and documents, okay, and that's going to open up for here in a second. And you go to the business training section. It's kind of buried down here, but whoop, there it went away. In the business planning section 5, there's a document called Getting to Know You. And if you haven't seen or used this, you need to. And I want to thank Carol Lee and Jennifer Starr, because I think they created this a couple of years ago. And the people that use it rave about it. Now, I will say that we are one of our plans, because we're working on a new training platform. It's actually a learning management system that we're going to be able to split out. Live Younger Success started out as a little training website, and it ended up being a pretty big, bold place where people could go and get lost. It's like walking into a library. There's so much in there because it's the only place we had to put it. We're going to be segmenting out, the basic onboarding, business building, and, moving on to manager and such into a learning management system or online learning. But it's not going to replace the need for personally connecting. Okay. And I want to point this form out and encourage you, when a new person you personally enroll, a brand partner, not a customer, but actually some of this is relevant to your customers too. Okay. It's a get to know you to find out, do they have any previous experience in network marketing? Yes, no. If yes, tell me about it. If no, okay, that's fine. A lot of people get involved in LifeWave for the very first time, and we have lots of training and support here for you. If they were in it, what they like about it, what challenges, getting to know a little bit about their background in network marketing. And sadly, more people have negative experiences network marketing than positive experiences. But you know what? If you think about it, that's the same in business ownership. More people have had negative experiences in business ownership than they have than positive, because starting, owning, and operating a business is not easy. That's why how many of us know of a building in your neighborhood or in your town that's had 5 different restaurants? Go for a year, 2, 3 years, and boom, it's empty, and another one comes in, and boom, it's empty. Running a business is not easy. Building a network marketing business isn't easy. It's simple, but it's network. So I just wanted to point out this document to you. And the other thing I wanted to point out, that at
Before
the
you,
bottom of,
honey, before you leave this document, what
I'm not leaving
happened?
it, but go ahead.
Oh, what's happening when you're getting someone started and you take the time to be with them and ask these questions? That's the beginning of your relationship building. And the fact that you're taking your precious time to find out what's important to them is a huge part of their future. Someone really cares about me. Oh my gosh, they're taking the time to learn about me. And you're going to learn how to best work with them, what motivates them, what inspires them, what kind of person are they. And so it will help you in your interactions with them, and
Mhm.
what kind of resources you're going to share with them, and all kinds of things. So the 15, 20 minutes you take doing this is a major investment in the future of that relationship.
So if I were going to break a personal planning session into thirds, the first third is getting to know you. The second third is answering their questions and giving them the foundation of getting started in the business. And the third step is putting them into action, giving them an action plan, some basic goals. But this document, I don't suggest you send this to your new person. No, you've got this sitting on your desk while you're talking to them, and they just think, oh my God, I've never had somebody care so much to ask me all these wonderful questions. And really, when you think about it, how many of us in life have ever had anybody just say, tell me what your dreams or aspirations, tell me more about you. I mean, you really want to get to know them, because in kind of bold business terms, you're kind of doing an assay to see, is this the type of person I would spend an hour a week or an hour a day with, or an hour a month? Okay. So, what motivates them, on a 1 to 5 scale, how would you rate yourself? What amount of income would you like to receive? What's their current high mark in network marketing or in business? Somebody comes in and says, I want to make 10,000 a month. Okay. What's the most you ever made in network marketing? 500. Okay. Well, what's ever most in your existing career? Oh, I typically I'm making about 3 to 4 thousand a month. Oh, that's cool. So they're working full time for 3 to 4 thousand a month. They want to make $10,000 in network marketing and have never done it before. Well, that's not very realistic. And we won't get into goal setting training, and that'll be another training after this. But I did want to point out this document down at the bottom. There's a YouTube link, and I already clicked to the YouTube, and here it is. And there's a 30-minute training by Jennifer Starr and Carolee Valeriano on how to do this, and it's a delightful.
Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Yeah, I remember getting to know the patches through.
Yeah. So we're not going to go through that now, but I'd invite you, if you haven't been using this form, you can bring up the form. Okay, now you all know where it is. It's in, the library under section 5 in the business section of the documents. And at the bottom, here's the link that you can go to. Now, when I clicked on it, it didn't open, but I copied it and pasted it into my browser and it opened. So I would encourage you all to consider this as a foundational thing. And when you're going back to looking for leaders or looking for joyful, cool people you want to work with, I recommend you're doing personal planning sessions with everybody that's joining your group that doesn't have somebody with your level of skill or above between you and them. If you've got a brand new person brings in a brand new person, you should be doing a personal planning session for the person on your second level with their sponsor on the phone with you. Okay. So you're modeling and mentoring at the same time. But I just think those personal planning sessions are just so critical. I think that's what I wanted to share from the website, and and that brings us almost to the bottom of the hour. So I know we talked about this extensively yesterday on the director's call, and I just first of all like to invite if any of our directors that were on the call yesterday wanted to chime in and share anything, then we'll just open up for some general discussion, and then we'll go into part two of this call, which is just open Q&A or any kind of business questions. So Sunshower, you're the first. Go ahead, please.
I love the getting to know you forum. I didn't even know that Carolee and Jennifer put that together. That's excellent. It's very thorough, and it does indeed have a person take a look at their own lives. And, you know, these questions, you have to kind of ponder them for a minute. So my main thing about this is, and I do take the time as soon as I can with a person. Sometimes you can't do that right away, you know, but as soon as it's possible, that's when I fit it into our schedules. And what I do always is make number 12 the last question.
And I'm going to bring it back up so we can all look at number 12. Here we go. What is number 12? Ooh, what is your why? Why are you doing it? And I'm just going to comment, I'll turn it back to you. I found over the years, if the why's not big enough, don't bother teaching them how, because they're not going to do it anyway. And if the why is big enough, you don't even have to teach them how, they'll figure it out.
So something that just falls off people's tongues when you ask them, well, why are you doing this? They instantly say, well, I want to help others. And that's not pondering. That's not really going into it, is it? So I might even ask them a little deeper question about that one and see if we can't get a little more specific. And then I tell them over time, your why will probably change, and we should ought to check in on that from time to time, see how your why is developing. Thanks, you guys.
You know, and I'll just add that, then I'll bring you on, Paul. A good transition when somebody says their first why, because I always found that people have usually two reasons, the first one and the real one. Okay. If you stop at the first one, you never get to the real one. Say, well, in addition to that, why else are you interested and excited about starting your Lifeway business? Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, good morning. I love this forum and have used it quite a bit with the leadership and the team, but I'd like to hear you speak to identifying when to do that. You know, we lead, go ahead.
You took the thoughts right out of my mind, because I realized I needed to say that. So, you know, we go from the presentation to orientation, or let me say we go from presentation to registration, right? We talk to people, we invite them to a meeting, they go to a patching party or whatever it is, you send them a video, you send them to a Zoom, whatever you do to share enough for them to go, okay, I'm in, what do I do? And we register them as a PC, as a brand partner, as a bronze, silver, gold, or diamond. You know, that's the registration. The next phase is orientation. And I don't believe you want to blend orientation with registration. When somebody says, okay, I'm in, Paul, sign me up, and you get on your computer and you don't send me a link. I don't recommend you do that. You don't send people a link to enroll. Say, great, let's get you going. We have 24 customer service, and that's me. Okay. And you know, you're on your computer, and whether they're sitting next to you or across the ocean, and you're getting them enrolled, say, that's so awesome. Congratulations. Thanks for joining. The next step is I'd like to walk you through a personal planning session to help you get your business going. Who that ever joined a business is going to deny that and say, no, I don't need to do that. You just took their money, or they just spent their money to start a business. So the next logical step says, I'd like to walk you through a personal planning session to help you get going. And they say, great, let's schedule it. And Paul, I recommend within 24 to 72 hours, as soon as possible, because I believe once someone made a decision, you're going to eliminate buyer's remorse because they're not going to be thinking about, oh, was that a good idea? They're going to be thinking about, okay, I'm having my next meeting with Paul tomorrow, or on Saturday, as soon as possible. But you end by giving them some homework. And whether you're sending them to your website or Live Younger website, but you want to give them some basic homework, which, that was what we basically designed within Live Younger Success, is it's easy as getting started 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 is, download the app, learn the, daily method of operation, and plug into training and support. Okay. So you want somebody, and if somebody, you connect with them and let's say you put it out 2 days and you talk to them, the first thing on your question, some connecting, some little talk, but did you have a chance to go through those 3 steps of getting started? And if they didn't, it's like they didn't do their homework. It's like, well, it's a waste of your time to have to do that for them. Say, well, there's a few things we could cover today, but I think it's vitally important you go through those 3 steps. And I'll leak a little bit with this new learning management system. I look forward to having some deeper discussion with you, Paul, because we've been talking about this. You're going to send them to liveyoungeracademy.com, or you're going to enroll them in liveyoungeracademy.com right after you enroll them in LifeWave, and they're going to get an invitation to go to the onboarding orientation. And as soon as they log in, you're going to get a notice they logged in. As soon as they finish, the onboarding, which is going to be 15, 20 minutes, not a big thing. We're going to give them 15, 20 minutes of education and training. You're going to notice that they completed, and you're going to know this person is worthy of your time to do a personal planning session. So that's where we're going. And right now you just got to play it by ear. Go ahead, Paul.
Honey, before you continue, talk about checkers.
Well, that's right. This is not chess. It's a lot easier than chess, but in this business, treat it like checkers. I make a move, you make a move. If you don't make a move, I keep nudging, hey, it's your move, okay? If you're playing checkers with somebody, they're just sitting there daydreaming or trying to strategize the next 5 moves. Just say, come on, make a move. And so, and that's where, our learning management system notifying you when they make their move is going to be very helpful. That's why the InTouch app is so awesome. Hey, if I send you a short little 4-minute video, would you have a chance to watch it in the next 24 hours? If they don't make a move, hey, did you have a chance to watch a video? Or, hey, you didn't watch the video yet. Or, hey, you watched the video. You make a move, they make a move. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, Gregory, I'm real excited about the LMS, the Academy, and it's going to be a great asset. But specifically, when we're leading with the product, we're not even talking about the business. When we pique someone's interest, and when I say we, I'm talking about myself, that's the approach. We're piquing their interest. We initiate a conversation, and that translates to, are you open? And then, yes, well, I'm open. I send the video, maybe have them as a second step after they've watched that first video, watch a second video, or come to a meeting, a Sunday night meeting, and that's a conversion meeting. And at the end of that process, where I'm not overly invested in just introducing them to the product, and also trying to do a good job of showing them what the steps are, that they say, yes, I'm got enough information to try the product. And
yes,
excuse me, I know that we don't want to say that's convincing, But it is, I mean, we're educating them. They've gotten enough information and are convinced to try the product.
Yes.
Then they get on it. And that's really where the work starts. Now I'm invested. I've opened the relationship. I've got to follow up. You're getting your patches on. You've got your patches. You're getting your patches on 12/24. Well, my experience, our experience has been that in that process of retending them and making sure that they're getting it on, they may or may not have an experience out the chute, but some will start sharing it, particularly if they have an experience. Well, that's an indicator of, hey, I need to sit down and talk to you and tell you that there is a business opportunity. And so that's what I'm asking you, Greg, if you could kind of speak to the dissection of leading with the product, getting a conversion. How do I identify, are there a number of steps? And Robin may have some really good input here as well of, yeah, that's the person. There's some people I know when I sign them up, they're not going to get in this business. They're retired. They got more money than God. They don't want that. They don't even want to talk about it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. So there's a difference between someone who signs up to use and someone that signs up to share. And I don't recommend you do a personal planning session. You do a product training session if they signed up to use. If they came in and they joined the business, they just did, when we joined, Robin signed up as a brand partner, and it was a distributor back then. She paid the $25, but she had no intention of sharing. So, we didn't. So I think it's not if, it's when somebody's ready to start sharing, you want to teach them how to share, right? But if someone signs up with a silver, which I think is great for customers and brand partners, it's a good deal. It's a better price on the product. We waive the fee for the $25 and they can buy it wholesale whenever they want. So we have a lot of product enthusiasts that are signed up as brand partners. They're not business builders. And that's probably the difference. So I'm talking, and this training this morning has pretty much been people say, I want to do this. And that might be a month after they bought their silver pack and they had such great results with the product that they said, I'm ready to start sharing. And just tell them, when you're ready to start sharing, we should do a little planning session. Does that make sense?
Yes, good.
Good. Hey, good morning, Lavelle.
Thanks for the compliment, Gregory. I'll take Lavelle.
Oh, Lavelle. Oh, Ravelle.
It's okay. This is
All
wonderful
these
training. I'm going on.
wonderful L's.
I'm going on my third page of notes here. I really appreciate this training.
Oh.
I just wanted to mention that was such an important point that Sunshower raised, and something that Tom Big Al Schreider mentioned from Texas is that you don't. So many times, as Sunshower pointed out, people don't know what their why is. And he suggested that you could ask them, what would they do if they had 10 days to do whatever it is they wanted? And then he said, what's really important is that you help them achieve that why. Anyway, that's for what it's worth. Thanks again for the training, Gregory and Robin. It's awesome.
Thank you, Ravelle. And Carol Lee, the creator of this beautiful form that we're putting so much focus on this morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I had a couple of thoughts. One was those people that aren't ready to build, I call them divergent because they're not really a customer and they're not really a brand partner. So just a little thought. And then regarding Sunshower's point, I heard at a training one time that when they give like a shallow why, for lack of better words, you can say, okay, you want that so that something else can happen. And then they give that answer. And again, you say, so that what? So just those two words can make a big difference. And then the last thing is I've started calling it a personal success plan.
Nice. Very nice.
So thank you so much for this.
I like that.
We love learning from you guys.
It's the collective wisdom that's so wise. Okay. Anyone else have any other questions regarding this? And then we'll have a few minutes. We could diverge into any other business questions you might have this morning. And good. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about. I wanted to give you a heads up on, is the company is on the verge. Before I tell you what I was going to say, Dolly, you raised your hand. Go ahead, please.
Well, I just want to say that the way that this has been really helpful for me is I go to all the meetings so that I can learn faster because I have no experience in any business. And basically, I never wanted any. But I got so excited when I learned about LifeWave. And you're right, I did, all over everybody that I've met. But this morning, you guys have put in, and everybody that contributed, made you stronger, Gregory. But everybody that contributed put things in an order that has made all the other learning that I've been to make more sense. So thank you. This has been helpfully concise and helpfully, what do you call that? I'm a global learner, so I don't do ABC 1, 2, 3 real fast. I have to find out the whole thing first. So this was really good for me to accommodate my weakness and do 1, 2, 3 ABC. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're so welcome. You just made my day. Thank you, Dolly. Rashida, good morning or good afternoon.
Evening.
Evening. Hey, good evening.
Rashida's in South Africa, everybody. We're thrilled to have you.
So, in South Africa, if you bought an X39,
Uh-huh.
it's $99 for us, is 99 times 18 in rands.
Uh-huh.
Would you be about your 1,800 rand, approximately?
Uh-huh.
Dollars, I mean. If you were earning in dollars. Sorry. If you equated your dollars to our rand, you'd be paying that amount of money. And then I realized that whenever we contact people in South Africa, the first question is, how much do the patches cost?
Uh-huh.
Now, Shamima's story, her lupus is reversed with Dr. Tom's help. I had Hashimoto's, that has been reversed with Dr. Tom's help. So the past 3 years, we're off all medication. We don't even have a paracetamol in our home. Hasina and Shamima have what they call a non-profit organization. They have a Young Women's Global Leadership Network, where they invite young women up to the age of about 20 to join. And they have some leadership training. And they invited this person who works at the health, where we buy our health food. It's called Dis-Chem, like a huge pharmacy. And there is a guy who works there. He's in a responsible position, and they had invited his daughter. So because the children are on school vacation, they said they're away, his daughter is not at home. So I thought I'm going to give him a call. Not everybody has his number. He only gives it to certain people because we, shop and got to know us. So I called him thereafter because I wanted to offer him the business because I know that they never have time for themselves because their organization where they work are not fair to the employees. So he didn't respond. He said he will let me know when he's available for me to talk to him. I actually gave up on him. Then I had my growth session with Robin, and thank you, Robin, for giving me a nudge. I said to him today when I went in, I didn't see him for the past few weeks when we went in. Today when we went in, I saw him, came face to face with him, and I said, so I wanted to ask you a question. I know that you're having a very hard time here. Now, in the past, I always led with a product, not with the business. And I said to him, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? He said, oh, I don't know, I'm going to look for a similar job, open my own business, because weekends my wife and I are so busy because both of us work. We've got 4 children. It's homework, after work, and then cooking, and over the weekend we clean the house and do everything we can't do during the week. So I said to him, well, how would you like to earn in dollars? And I said to him, every 2 weeks I get paid in dollars. He said, really? So I said, yes. Can I send you a link while you have a look? He said, yes, definitely. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And I said to him,
Beautiful. So Rashida, did you have a question for us? Because we're kind of short on time, but
No,
that's
no.
so wonderful. It sounds like it sounds like his motivation, or a possible motivation for him, is more free time. And really, this is a business about personal and financial freedom. And they kind of go hand in hand, don't they? Because if you don't have financial freedom, you got to work yourself to the bone. You don't have time for personal freedom to enjoy life with your family.
That's all I wanted to share, because I feel that people need 2 things, health and money.
It's Maslow's pyramid,
Yes.
so yes. Well, thank you. We're so honored to have you joining us in on these morning calls.
Thank you.
There's one piece of information I wanted to share with everyone before we close today. And on Monday, you're going to the company is going to send out a notice that starting in September, the company is going to begin charging a $25 annual renewal fee. And if you're like us, this is the first company we've ever been in that didn't charge a renewal fee. Don't know why they didn't, but they didn't. And one of the reasons for doing that is, the wonderful InTouch app that we have. I think, the company, I think, pays, I don't know what they pay, but I know there's a monthly fee for each and every one of us to have access and use of that app. Now, to clarify, if you don't use it, the company doesn't get charged, but most of us do, right? So that's one thing. And also, it's just to separate the active from the inactive. So you'll get a lot more training. In fact, on our Monday night call, we're going to focus on discussing the whole renewal program. Connie Lucas, who's couldn't be with us this morning to share, but she's on the field advisory board, and they've been, in the midst of all the planning going on for this, and it's really a good thing. So, some people that haven't been active, are probably aren't going to renew because it has no meaning or use to them. And everybody, any brand partner, and it's going to be based on your registration month. So, and it's, Robin, did you want to chime in here? I'm getting little lost.
I do. And the main reason, it has nothing to do with the InTouch app. They pay for that. They never even bring that up. But every single year, as a company changes their policies and procedures, and they're constantly doing little tweaks, it's a recommitment of a contract that we have as an independent distributor with the company, that we will follow these policies and procedures. And right now, we're kind of in danger's way. And so it's an important thing to protect us and to protect the company. So it's a really, really good thing. And then what's going to happen is people that have not been active will get reclassified, and you'll have plenty of notice and opportunities and communication before your month comes up. It's your anniversary date of when you joined. So we joined in October. So we'll start getting the communications in September, but everyone will be notified. And it's a really good thing, because when the people are not active, get flushed out of the binary tree, everything rolls up, which will make your match bonuses increase. So it's a really, really good thing for the company. It's a really good thing for us. We have been wanting this and we are thrilled that they're doing it. And like Gregory said, there will be plenty of education and we just want to start planting the seed because it'll be all of our responsibility to reach out to people to make sure if they want to stay in the system to renew their brand partnership position.
And there will be a report in our back office, so you'll be able to look once a month and see who's up for renewal this month. And you can make some phone calls and just check them out. Hey, I noticed that it's time to renew your Lifeway business partnership, your distributorship. And is that in your plan? And yes or no. And if it's yes, well, then they need to log on. And I'm pretty sure when your month to renew comes up, when you log into your back office, it's going to be a little drop down screen says your renewal, you know, the time for your renewal is upon us. So there'll be a lot of notices. We'll have a lot of education. We haven't seen the notice. We don't have all the details right now. Connie does because she's on the field advisory board and she's going to do a training for us all on Monday evening. So just so you know, it's coming and it's just kind of standard operating procedure in our industry that I was on the compensation plan committee along with several others a couple of years ago. And we were kind of recommended, why don't you charge a renewal fee? And I says, well, you think we should? It's like, well, everybody else does. So that's the last thing I just wanted to mention. And thank you everyone for your comments and any final questions on what we covered today or anything else that's short. We got a few more minutes. We try and respect everyone's time because some people have other things booked at the top of the hour. So any final thoughts or questions from anyone before we wrap this up here this morning?
Diane.
I have never used that form and I am now going to send it to my top people who are building. And thank you so much for this training. Boy, did I need it.
What you might want to do is, what you might want to do is when Liz gets this up, you know, Liz, maybe we can get this up later today sometime, this recording, send them the link and say, listen to this morning's call. And here's the form, the reference, sending the form and sending the reference. So maybe, anyway, I'm delighted you're going to do that, Diane. I think it's very smart.
I post
Thanks
all
again.
of the calls and recordings and links to upcoming calls on my Telegram channel
That's
for my
awesome.
team. So I'll do that plus send out individual forms.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Sunshower and then Lavelle.
So I joined as a preferred customer first and then became a brand partner and just wondered if the date of renewal would be when I very first joined, or is
It's
it
your
when
brand
I become a
partner
brand partner?
joining, not
Oh.
your customer date. It's your
Okay.
brand partner when you
Okay.
became a brand partner. Mhm.
Makes sense. This is all about the business part, isn't it?
That's
Duh.
correct. Mhm. Hey, young man, go ahead.
Younger man. Great training. Thank you. Thank you, Gregory, Robin. You guys are super duper. Guys, I just want to share one thing. When I first got involved in network marketing, that I just want to make sure that you guys who are really want to go after this, they told me that repetition is the mother of all learning.
Mhm.
So I'm going to challenge everyone to go back and listen to this training over and over and over again and teach your people to do the same thing. And trust me, guys, you will benefit. I'm talking about it'll be an extraordinary benefit for you. Thank you, Gregory. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Lavelle.
Thank you. You're a great student and that's a wise advice for everyone. And I've been watching the chat and there's a lot of people that have found this incredibly valuable. And I don't remember who brought up, you know, what do you say? I think it was Kira. What do you say when people say, what do you do? And I think we should do a whole training on that because I'd love to hear. I know a lot of people would love that answer and there's many different ways to do that. So maybe on a future Thursday, Kira, It requires more attention than just a pat answer, because there's so many ways you can do that. So, you guys up for that one for a future training?
I
Yeah,
think that's a
because
great
I think
idea.
it's where
Yes.
a lot of people get stuck. It's like,
Absolutely.
I don't know what to say when people ask me what I do. So thank you, Kira, for that. And thank you all for all the acknowledgements. Oh, yes, yes, yes is coming into the chat. Okay, because, once you get that one down and you are confident that when someone
Mhm.
comes up to you and said, what do you do? And you've got it, it just changes everything. So we will have that at a future Thursday morning chat for a training.
And I'll tell you what I say, and then I'll let Dolly have the closing remarks here. I say, well, I have a marketing company and I'm marketing a breakthrough in stem cell technology.
You can say that. And that
That's what I do. That's what I say.
It
You could
works
be
really
totally
well.
different.
And remember, we're here to create curiosity. We
Yep.
want people to want more. I help people get younger.
That's a
Really?
great one.
I give people hope. There's so many different things we can say, and it depends on the person, but we'll create a training out of that, and we'll get to learn from a lot of what you guys say, and
Yeah.
and then you get to find what is authentic for you. And that's the important part, that it rolls off your tongue and it feels good for you. So Dolly, did you have some final remarks for us?
Yes, this is to support what Lavelle said about repetition. I
Yeah.
took a Carnegie class, and I couldn't believe they said you have to say something to somebody 15 times before they start listening. So
Oh, dear.
thank you, Lavelle, for reminding me of that.
And you will notice throughout the Live Younger Success system, we have redundancy in many places. So you will see certain tools here and there and several other places. And that's part of the repetition too, is making it easy for you guys. Well, thank you so much, everyone. Gregory, that was fabulous. You see why I found this great mentor?
Oh, stop bragging.
I love bragging about him. It's one of my favorite things to do. And
Yeah.
yeah, we
And
love
it
you
feels
guys.
good.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you all for sticking around for the full hour. It was wonderful. And go forth and multiply, and go forth and use the tool, and have really enjoy taking that time with your new people, of getting to know them and how to best work with them and what's important to them and why are they doing this. And and you will, after you visit with them, you will know the match commitment. And I just want to end with this. Many times, the people that talk the most about what they're going to do are the ones that don't do it. So it's the ones that are really producing, not the ones that are talking about it. Oh, I know this. And then, yeah, talk is cheap. We look for action. So thank you guys. Sending lots of love. And Gregory, huge kudos to you for a fabulous training.
Thank you.
Hey, Robin.
Gregory.
Thank you.
Hey, Robin, in our profession, they say we don't listen to what you say, we listen to what you do.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a good one, Lavelle. Thank you. Thank you.
Good.
All right. Let's
Thank you
unmute
all.
and say thank you and have a
Thank
great
you.
Thank
day.
you.
And we will see you on Monday.
Sunday?
Monday.
Oh.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
ConnieZoom.com.
Yes.
Sunday.
Saturday.
God
So
bless
glad to
everyone.
be a part of you all. Thank you so
Bye,
much.
everyone.
Saturday.
Thank you. Really juicy.
Thank you.
See you in
A great call.
Corona.
We're so
Thank
blessed to
Corona
have
on
you guys as
Saturday.
leaders.
Corona.
Corona.
Synergy.
It was awesome.
Saturday.
Sauce tonight.
Thank
Reminder.
you.
Synergy.
Woohoo.
A wonderful team.
Amazing. Such humility for people that have had such great success. Refreshing.
Thank you all.